be on the field today trying to push their team to victory. It's Stafford's Lions going up against Newton's Panthers. With that, let's get up to Charlotte, North Carolina, as we bring in our broadcast team of Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
Larry, with a beautiful skyline towering just to the right of us, you get a look inside Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte, North Carolina. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Detroit Lions and the Carolina Panthers. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. This is Jonathan Stewart, and he's got room, and they're able to get this one across the 35. And the numbers down a bit from their Super Bowl year this season for Jonathan Stewart. Did have some injuries. He finished with 824 yards, 9 touchdowns, though. Good in that department.
When it's around the goal line, he's a terrific runner because he knows how to get there, and he can run through contact, run through trash, as we like to say. That's part of the reason he accumulates injuries that he does, because he runs inside a lot and takes on those linebackers. But they're going to work on Jonathan Stewart in the offseason, get him healthy, and have him back ready to go for next season.
A play fake to Stewart. It's Newton. Finding time. And this is caught inside the 5. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
Working with a 2nd and goal now from the 3. Now Stewart. And he's going to ball his way in for a Panther score. Jonathan Stewart taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Panthers take it right down and score on the opening drive. So the flag is for roughing the kicker, a big 15-yard penalty.
And I'm not sure that was the time to go all out after the kicker. Plenty of time left in this game.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
We get a look now at the offensive starting unit for the Detroit Lions, and one big target they have at tight end is Eric Ebron.
And they are ready for him to fulfill his promise because he was drafted to be a game breaker. Big target, guy who could block at the line of scrimmage, but really get downfield and make plays against defenders, overmatch them. They haven't seen enough of that yet. They want to come to the front in 2016. Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Well, they get the completed pass, but still have more to go here on 3rd down. First carry for Amir Abdullah. And he is going to lose yardage here. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
And, partner, in a lot of short yardage situations, you'll see the linebackers step up into the gaps, what we call mugging the line of scrimmage, to make sure they take away all spaces, all creases. That one worked really well for them.
They only needed a yard, instead went backwards. Here's Stafford. And this is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Panthers are going to get it back in excellent field position. Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. Now Stewart on first down. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Jonathan Stewart with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Panthers add on to their lead. And this one through the uprights and good. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. And ready to go for another offensive series. Out comes Detroit, and a Detroit team that, boy, lost in the playoffs this year. Don't have a playoff win since 1992. But it was a tough end of the season. There were injuries involved. And I know you think that this is a crew that really could make some noise again next year, don't you?
I do, because I think they gained so much confidence this season, battling back from a tough beginning, working their way into where they looked like they had a chance to win the division. And while they didn't do that, they did get into the playoffs. Despite a myriad of injuries, they think this team has a bright future, and they feel confident about 2017.
And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. He was trying to find Marvin Jones that time. Third down here. And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the second down incompletion. So here we go now. An extra defensive back in there on 3rd and 10. And Tate's got it. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times, because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Well, this past season was tough for Abdullah. Foot injury costing him the last 14 games of the year, and that was a big blow. They could never really get that running game going, could they?
It changed everything for them, because Theo Riddick, who is his backup, is really a 3rd down back, the guy that they want to use out of the backfield to catch passes in open space. He had to become more of a runner, and I think that limited his effectiveness at doing what he does best. Amir Abdullah was drafted to be their lead runner. If they keep him healthy, that'll help the Lions' offense in 2017.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group. Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. They go play action here on first down. He's got time in the pocket. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
What I loved about meeting with these coaches before the game is we didn't even have to ask any questions. They told us that they were going to be aggressive and push the ball downfield. They weren't successful on that play, but look for them to try it again later.
So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. Second down and 10. Play fake to Abdullah. It's Stafford. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Charles Johnson in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. He didn't get rid of the football there, took the sack. Although that's easier said than done. He can't just chuck the thing sideways into the seats.
No, he really can't, because you're not afforded total protection as a quarterback. You have to get outside of the tackle boxes as defined by the NFL, meaning wherever your tackles operate normally, get outside of that, and the ball that you throw has to get back to at least the line of scrimmage. Otherwise, you're facing intentional grounding call.
3rd and long. It's Stafford. Caught on the right side by Jones. So they'll say no to the 50-yard field goal try. Instead, the offense out there, they're going for it.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent gain. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker.
Well, if it's 4th and 4, 4th and 5, maybe you think about the field goal there. But on 4th and 1, this is a way to tell your offense, hey, I believe in you. You can do this. And sure enough, they're going to pick up the first down.
They come out here in the eye. Now a play fake here on first down. Surveying the field. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Golden Tate, his intended receiver. And now it's second down.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
Long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field. 2nd and 10, Stafford again. Escaping the... And a big loss here as he's taken down. Charles Johnson in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon. And now for the offense, this is play number 11 here on this drive.
And the Panthers bring in their nickel set as they try to defend here on 3rd down.
5 defensive backs to the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. They snap it to Stafford. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. They'll give him 8 on the play, and on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks.
Well, the field goal attempt was well in hand. They had that, but they decided to go for it anyway. Extreme confidence, it looks like.
Yeah, but I bet the defense is going to remember this one, right? They kind of rubbed their nose in it. On 1st down, Abdullah. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. And this seemingly endless drive continues. On 2nd down, here's Stafford. And Jones has it over the middle. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
They brought in an extra defensive back here, so probably not expecting a run on 3rd and 3.
A good call.
And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Whenever I see an in-route dropped, as we just saw on that play, I'm always thinking that in the back of their mind, they're worried about what's coming at them because they're going towards traffic on that route as opposed to being away from it and maybe having a little bit more space.
Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. On 4th down, Stafford looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And not much on the return there. He'll take it only up to the 9-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. They'll start the drive with a run by Stewart. Stays on his feet. And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Looking deep downfield. And that's caught inside the 30. A minute 59 to go in the first half. Back with more from Charlotte after this. On 1st and 10, Newton. They'll set up the screen for Stewart. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Jonathan Stewart on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Panthers are able to grow their lead. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better.
To throw on second down is Stafford. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
Stafford on third down. And Tate's got it. They convert on third with a gain of 22.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up.
Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground. The big man, get the oxygen tank ready. And he will score. Touchdown, Panthers. This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense's dream. They're having that type of a game.
Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for this offensive unit. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 yards with a new rule as he's taken down right at the 20-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
All right, different topic here. 2018, the Super Bowl, traveling north, far north to Minneapolis. Early predictions for that one. Who you got?
Well, you know, everyone's still waiting in the NFL for a home team to play in its home stadium, right? So could the Vikings be that team? I'll start in the NFC, and I'm going to say no. I think Seattle. Start to get near that maybe last run with their defense. But Earl Thomas returns. I like Seattle coming out of the NFC. How about you?
Well, I'm actually going to take a Dallas Cowboys NFC title run. I think that they came so close this year, probably most talented going into next year.
I like that one. Well, in the AFC, I'm going to go with a team that if they improve their defense and their quarterback stays healthy, they could be that team, the Oakland Raiders.
Okay, I'm going dark horse. Cleveland Browns. Let's go.
Hey, from worst to first. We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Back to the air. Stafford on second down. This will be caught at the 2. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Throwing again is Stafford. Oh, and it's incomplete. That would have been big in the end zone if he could have held on. Instead, it's second down. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is.
Looking for Tate, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trey Boston. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the second half. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
It takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. A play fake to Stewart. It's Newton. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
But sometimes you just have to take things into your own hands, don't you? I mean, the offense is really struggling in this game. They're the ones keeping things going. They have to continue to play at that level.
The 22 is the line to gain here on third down. They'll put it in the hands of their playmaker again. That'll make it fourth down after a loss of 1.
Ezekiel Ziggy Ansah with a tackle for loss. Just think he's still learning the game of football. Didn't play a heck of a lot of it in his native country. And at BYU was just scratching the surface before he hit the NFL.
Yeah, from Ghana, where he really liked soccer and basketball. But football's okay for him, right?
Yeah, I think it's worked out very well. Drafted on potential. He's realizing it here.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. And Detroit getting set to go now. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Wright's got it. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. 7 yards to go on second down.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. And he eventually goes down, but not before reaching the 30-yard line. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. On first down, Stafford here. And this is caught at the 8. A good pickup there, a 22. Stafford looks to throw again. Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford, there he goes, right side. And it's picked up by the Panthers. He's at the 30. And he takes it into the end zone. It's a fumble.
You're a crack at dawn, Monday morning coffee, strong pouring everything you got into a paycheck Friday night. You're a power stroke diesel backhoe